church played such a role in colonization.
Yeah.
Do you feel angry about that? Do you feel reconciled? How do you feel about that now?
I was at so I also make sure that I attend and do events for the TRC Day for Orange Shirt Day. And, if you go to our website at Life is Medicine and go into, I think it might be under blog or it might be under stories and offerings or something. There's a recent picture that I did right after the TRC or right after the Kamloops 217 when the children were found. I wrote a very long, hot poem related to a piece of art that I did, and that's posted there. So that'll give you a sense of um, what I'm up to with that. And then, I try to attend events on that. And so this year was really interesting. I attended a fire. It was supposed to be a pipe ceremony, but didn't happen. But a fire here locally in the morning. And then I went to a breath and gong bath right after that. And then I came back for the circle at the old school post that. And then I hosted an event here on the land that night. So like I had a full day. But the gong bath and dragon breath, the question that he posed for us to breathe on was not at all related to TRC. They weren't involved in it. They're settler-minded people, but was around abuse and our abusers, and to pick something that we wanted to breathe through. And then he led us through a breathing 30-minute breathing exercise, release this, whatever. And so, and part of it is we did a letter writing exercise where we wrote a letter to our abuser and then also wrote a response back from them to us.
Mm-hmm.
And because of the nature of the day, I wrote a letter to the Catholic Church, just spelling it out there. And it's only a 2-page letter. If I would have thought about it, I could have brought it along to share with you, and maybe another day I will. But I wrote this really hot letter, just 1 page, just really naming it, like what their role had been, and how completely angry I was about all of the damage done.
Yeah.
Immense damage by the Vatican itself, with their terra nullius and the papal decree, and go and take all of the land that is not claimed by God already. Doesn't have it. If it doesn't have a cross up, then it's yours. You can do whatever you want to the people, the trees, and the land in the name of God. So, this created a whole landslide effect of colonization. And then they topped it off by, missionizing and murdering and, sexualizing, raping and all that. So, will I ever get over being mad about it? I don't think so. Like, I can't help but be mad about it. Do I spend day and night, grinding in that anger? No. Do I still get mad about it, art about it, move and try to release it and put it to some kind of good use? Yes. Do I teach about it? Definitely. And then the letter of apology back, it was kind of like, apologizing for the apology. You can't just come in and say, I'm sorry that you feel bad. I've been apologized like that from institutions that I've, been traumatized by. We're sorry that you felt harmed. Well,
right.
We're not sorry for our behavior. We're not going to do anything about our behavior. We're not going to change anything. We're not going to compensate you for our bad behavior. We're not going to return the wealth. We're not going to let the nuns and priests go that are bound to us by their vows and still having to work for us, even though, we're not going to hide the people, the priests who've molested children
Right,
anymore, right? Like,
right, there's a lot they could do.
to me, those are more like the apologies.
Yeah,
We're not going to give back all the gold and the gems and all the, like when we saw the Pope's apology, I just looked at it for a little bit in the Vatican. I mean, Indigenous people had to go to the Vatican for the apology. I mean, some people wanted to go, so okay, people went, but like
mhm,
you have to travel to Rome to get apologized to. And then you're in the splendor. Like you could see on that sunny day all the gold inlay in all of the
mm,
like all of the Vatican. Like, what about all the poverty and the homeless? What about opening the Vatican and all the homeless move in? What about distributing all that wealth into indigenous worlds that have been colonized? Like, what about real solutions to
right,
some of the real disparities that are going on? To me, that I'll be less angry when I see more of that.
right,
Uh, but right now, there's room for righteous anger, as far as I'm concerned. Like
absolutely,
bell hooks, Audre Lorde, you know,
yeah,
Polygon Allen, like all of the late greats, I might say, that are my mentors and I consider my ancestors in the, um, BIPOC feminist world, if you want to call it that. We're all angry,
yeah.
righteously. And that's stimulated a lot of, yeah, I don't think I could show up on the front lines of movements without my anger.
This is Lynn Fraser. Join us for the 2024 Radical Recovery Summit, January 12th to 21st. RadicalRecoverySummit.com.